Good to see you today. How's your day? Hope that everyone is fine today. Now, this is our meeting, our next meeting. Today's meeting is about Unit 1 on your Happy Camper 6. Hai anak-anak, apa kabar kalian? Ibu berharap kalian sehat semua ya. Hari ini kita akan belajar dari Unit 1, Happy Camper 6. Okay, for the first activity, I will ask you to open your books, your Happy Campers, to page 8, and you have to listen and fill in the gap. You have to fill the missing words. Okay. Tugas kalian yang pertama saat ini, aktivitas kalian yang pertama kali ini adalah buka buku kalian pada halaman 8. Kemudian kalian harus dengarkan dan isilah blank yang ada di dalam buku kalian halaman 8. Okay, can you do it now? Okay, let's start our listening.
Unit 1, Lessons 1 and 2. At the circus.
We were at the circus yesterday. The show was so much fun. The clowns were so funny. It was great for everyone. We were at the circus yesterday. The parade was so much fun. The ringmaster was so talented. It was great for everyone. We were at the circus yesterday. The trapeze artists were fun. The tightrope walker was amazing. It was great for everyone. We were at the circus yesterday. The unicyclists were fun. The big top was so beautiful. It was great for everyone.
Okay, can you get it? Have you feel all the missing lines? Have you feel all the gaps? You bet. I believe that all of you have already know what is the missing words in the text. Okay? Now we will see what is the correct words for each lines. Okay? Let's go to hear it again and also to complete the text, to complete the chants. Okay? This is the word that you have to fill in the gaps. There are 8. There are 7 words that you have to fill in the gaps. And this is the vocabulary that you have to try to memorize in your head. Try to memorize it and try to understand it. Okay? Let's go to the second hearing.
Unit 1, Lessons 1 and 2. At the circus.
We were at the circus yesterday. The show was so much fun. The clowns were so funny. It was great for everyone. Yesterday, the show was so much fun. The artists were fun. The tightrope walker was amazing. It was great for everyone. We were at the circus yesterday. The unicyclists were fun. The big top was so beautiful. It was great for everyone.
Okay. Yes, everyone, make your answer correct. Okay. Do all of you answer correctly this part? Okay, let's go to the next slide. What we have to do after this. Still based on this text. Masih berdasarkan teks ini. Okay, this is the answer for the complete text for Unit 1, Lesson 1 on page 8. Okay, next, I have some question for you. The first one. I want you to underline all the predicates of the sentences. Ibu mau kalian garis bawah semua predikat kalimat dalam teks tersebut. Predikat kalimat, all of them, underline them. Or if you want, you may highlight it. Atau kalau kamu ingin juga boleh di stabilo. But in this presentation, I will square. Dalam presentasi ini, Ibu akan memberi kotak predikat-predikat kalimat. Okay? Let's go to underline all the predicate of the sentences. The number one. For number one, there are four sentences, so there are also 4 predicates. What are they? Were, was, were, and was. For the number one. Number two. Do it for number two. There are 4 also. How about number 3? Okay, we come to number 4. Okay, that's right. Those parts which are squared are the predicate of the sentences. Bagian yang diberi kotak itu adalah predikat kalimat. Are they verb? Are they verb? Apakah itu kata kerja? No, of course not. Bukan, itu bukan kata kerja. That is to be. Itu adalah to be. Kita di dalam bahasa Indonesia tidak mengenal itu. Jadi kita tetap menggunakan kata be, ya. There is to be. To be dalam kalimat. There is non-verbal. Non-verbal. Non-verb. Bukan kata kerja. Predikat bukan kata kerja. So, okay, next question for you. Why some of the sentences use was and the others use were? Why some of the sentences use was as the predicate and the others use were as the predicate of the sentences? That's right. Was is used for the singular subject and were is used for the plural subject. Okay? Was digunakan apabila subjeknya tunggal, sedangkan were digunakan apabila subjeknya jamak. Ingat ya. Was is used for the singular subject and were is used for the plural subject. Was digunakan untuk subjek yang singular, yang single, Sedangkan were digunakan apabila subjeknya jamak atau lebih dari satu. Oke. Next question. Why do the sentences use was and were instead of is, am, dan and are? Kenapa kalimat-kalimat itu menggunakan was dan were, bukannya is, am, dan are? Okay, why? Okay, it is because the information or the activity happens in the past. Tentu saja, karena kegiatan ini, kegiatan yang ada di dalam teks atau informasi yang ada di dalam teks terjadinya di masa lampau. Ya, di masa lampau. Itulah sebabnya tidak menggunakan is, am, are, but they use was and were. Okay? Last question. How do we know it has happened in the past? How do we know it has happened in the past? Of course, you have to find the time signal. Tentu saja kalian harus mencari penanda waktunya mana yang menyebabkan kamu, yang membuat kamu tahu bahwa itu terjadi di masa lampau. Okay, it is obvious because all of them have yesterday as the time signal. Sebab empat bagian itu ada penanda waktunya, yaitu yesterday. Okay, yesterday. But beside yesterday, there is also any praise to tell you that it has happened in the past, such as ago, weeks ago, a minute ago, and also last month, last week, last 2 days, okay, or 2 days ago, okay, that's it. And also this morning, this evening, if you said it, you speak it at night. Kita bisa mengatakan this dengan menggunakan this apabila waktu kita berbicara itu sudah melewati. Contohnya kalau kita bicara siang hari jam segini, saya boleh mengatakan bahwa tadi dia terlambat. She was late this morning. Kalau saya di sore hari saya mengatakan siang tadi dia terlambat pulang. Nah, she was home late today. Okay. She was home late this afternoon. Gitu ya. Jadi we can also use this, but we have to keep in mind that it is already past at the time of speaking. Itu sudah berlalu di saat kita ngomong. Okay? Okay, very good. Next. Let's go to the next slide. It is about be. Okay. Based on the text, the previous slide, can you guess what we are going to learn today? Sorry. Berdasarkan slide yang ada sebelumnya, bisakah kalian menerka apa sih yang akan kita pelajari hari ini? Okay, today we are going to talk about this one. It is we are going to talk about Happy Campus Unit 1. For the vocabulary, we are going to learn at the circus. There are some vocabulary that you can find in the books. And also, we are going for the grammar part. We are going to talk about the use of was and were in simple present tense. Yeah. Let me underline simple present. Let me underline. We are going to learn about the use of was and were in simple past tense. Underline simple past tense, not in other tenses. Okay? Because was and were also use when we talk about past continuous tense and also passive voice. Okay? Jadi hari ini kita akan belajar tentang unit 1 di Happy Campers kalian. Untuk vocabulary-nya, untuk kosakatanya, it is about at the circus. Kalian bisa lihat di buku cetak kalian. Itu juga dipakai sebagai catatan ya. Nanti Melayu tidak akan memberikan handout notes tentang vocabulary-nya because you can find it in your books, students' books, and there is also some picture that can help you to memorize the vocabulary. Untuk vocabulary ini, kosakata ini memang tidak akan memberikan catatan karena itu semua sudah ada di dalam buku cetak dan karena ada gambar itu akan lebih membantu kamu untuk mengingat vocabulary itu rather than I write in a notes. Akan bisa dipahami lebih bagus karena ada gambarnya daripada saya menuliskannya dalam bentuk teks tulisan dalam list down the vocabulary ya. Okay, and then the second one, yang bagian yang kedua untuk grammar, kita akan bicara tentang penggunaan was dan were dalam simple past tense. Garis bawahi, simple past tense, bukan tenses yang lain. Sebab was dan were juga bisa digunakan kalau kita bicara tentang past continuous tense. The and passive voice. Passive voice itu kalimat pasif. Jadi so we are today only talk about the use of was and were in simple past tense. Okay, let us continue our lessons. Okay, this is a vocabulary that you can find and you can follow this video through your books on page 8. Okay, let's listen and watch the video.
Vocabulary, vocabulary, vocabulary. Circus,
Circus,
big top,
big top,
ringmaster,
ringmaster,
parade,
parade,
trapeze artist,
trapeze artist,
tightrope walker,
tightrope walker,
clown,
clown,
unicyclist.
unicyclist.
Vocabulary.
Okay, this is the vocabulary that is already in your books. Okay, read it, memorize them. Okay, now we go to the grammar pass. Okay, the grammar pass, we are going to talk about be, not verb. Untuk grammar, kita bicara tentang to be, bukan kata kerja. Jadi, today we are going to talk about sentences with non-verb predicate. Hari ini kita mau bicara tentang kalimat yang predikatnya bukan kata kerja, but the predicate is be. Okay, we are going to see and to compare between the present and the past. Be in the present and the past. Okay. At present, to be is, am, and are. Dalam bentuk present, to be adalah is, am, dan are. And at the past form, it is was and were. Okay. I bet that you have already know how to use am, is, and are in present tense. Ibu yakin kalian pasti sudah tahu bagaimana menggunakan kata am, is, dan are dalam kalimat present tense. They are used depends on the subject. followed. Okay? Is MR digunakan, including was and were, is used based on the subject that are followed, that is followed. Is, M, dan are digunakan berdasarkan subjek yang diikutinya. If the subject is I, so that the auxiliary be is M. She with is. It is. They are, you are, and we are. It is for the present tense. And then what about the past? Let us mm, let us go back to our memory at the previous slide. Yuk kita ingat lagi pada slide sebelumnya. We have said something. Kita sudah menyatakan sesuatu. That was is used for the singular subject and were is used for the plural subject. Pada slide sebelumnya kita sudah menyatakan, kita sudah mengetahui bahwa was digunakan jika subjeknya adalah tunggal. Sedangkan were digunakan apabila subjeknya jamak atau ganda, more than one. So we can learn here how to be exchanged from the present into the past. Jadi di sini kita mau pelajari perubahan to be dari present menuju past. Kalau dalam present itu is, nanti pastnya apa ya? Kalau di dalam present itu are, nanti pastnya apa? Okay? I know that most of you have already know which is the singular subject, where is the plural subject. That is followed by those be. Okay? Let's see. M. At the present become was at the past. I am sick. I was sick. How about is? She is thin. She was thin. Only one. He was thin. He is thin. He was thin. How about we? We are rich. We were rich. Now we are not. Okay, we were rich. Okay, that's it. This is the pattern. How to be exchanged from the present into the past. Ini adalah pola perubahan to be dari present menuju past. Okay, let's go to the example with sentences. Yuk kita lihat penerapan be ini dalam bentuk kalimat. Kita compare. Okay, before that, how about the negative form? The negative form, we also will talk about it later in the next slide about negative sentences, but it is not bad to have a slide information about the negative. As you know that to make a negative form of the sentences, we only add not to its predicate, to its auxiliary verb. Kita sudah tahu bahwa bagaimana mengubah sebuah pola positif menjadi negatif hanya adalah dengan menambahkan not pada auxiliary verb. In this case, be is also auxiliary verb. Dalam hal ini, to be bisa berfungsi sebagai auxiliary verb. So we only add not to the be in a sentence. For example, was, we just add not. So it become was not. And if we contract it, if we shorten it, become wasn't. Okay? Untuk was, to be bisa berfungsi sebagai auxiliary verb. Oleh sebab itu kita tinggal menambahkan not padanya. Jadi was menjadi was not. Jika diperpendek, jika disingkat akan menjadi wasn't. Try not to misspell the words. Okay? Belajar supaya tidak salah menuliskan kata wasn't. WASN apostrophe T. Apostrophe T. Okay? How about were? Of course, were not. And if we contracted it, become weren't. W-E-R-E-N apostrophe T. Okay? This is how to form negative of be. Okay, let's go to the example in sentences. We are compare about those sentences, whether it is in the present and in the past. Just keep in your mind if it is the information in the past, it means it doesn't work anymore today. Tetap ingat bahwa kalau informasi itu menggunakan kata past, dalam bentuk past berarti saat ini tidak terjadi lagi. For example, contohnya, I was thin. Saya mengatakan I was thin. It means dulu, without any time signal, we may say in Indonesia, dulu saya kurus. Because today I'm not thin anymore. Karena hari ini kalau saya mengatakan I was thin berarti saat ini saya tidak thin. Itu yang harus diingat, oke? Okay, let's go to the sentences. I am at home. Present. I was at home yesterday. It means today I'm not at home. Okay? Berarti dalam hal ini I was at home yesterday. Artinya hari ini saya tidak ada di rumah. Okay? Next. She is ill and she was ill. She is ill. Saat ini dia sakit. She was ill last week. Dia sakit minggu lalu. Sekarang dia sudah sembuh. Itu artinya. Okay? It is also happened to the others example. Okay? He is happy. He was happy. It is in the garden. It was in the garden a minute ago. You are at school. You were at school yesterday. We are sad. We were sad. Last one. They are in Tokyo. They were in Tokyo. This is how we compare about present and past. How we used to be in the past and at present. But today we have to focus on the use of be in the simple past tense. Simple past tense. Okay. Let's go. The next slide, it will be your task to exercise yourself. Okay? I ask you to complete the sentences. There are 10 sentences, and all you have to do is to put was or were, or maybe wasn't or weren't. Be careful if the sentences need the negative form. You can write down your answer in your notebook, or if you like, you can go to your classroom, Google Classroom, and then there is a link there for you to do the exercises. Saat ini Ibu ingin kalian mengerjakan latihan. Ada 10 soal di sini. Yang harus kalian lakukan adalah menambahkan kalimat 10 kalimat ini dengan kata was, were, atau wasn't, dan weren't. Jadi bisa was, bisa were, bisa wasn't, bisa weren't. Hati-hati pahami kalimat secara utuh, karena ada kemungkinan kalimat itu membutuhkan bentuk negatif. Oke? Kalian boleh menuliskan jawaban di notebook, buku catatan kalian, it's okay. Juga jika kamu mau juga bisa kalian lakukan latihan ini, kerjakan di Google Classroom. Klik link di sana, kamu kerjakan di situ. But remember, you need not to submit it. Kalian kalian tidak usah mengembalikan ke saya, because we are going to discuss it tomorrow when we have a online meeting. Karena kita akan mendiskusikannya saat kita online meeting. Okay? So, do these exercises on your notebook or at the link in Google Classroom, your Google Classroom. Do you got it? Okay, this is the question. There are 10 questions. And while we're waiting for the 10 sentences comes out, appears in the presentation fully, you can try to think about what is the correct word for each number. Sambil menanti semua teks ini muncul dalam layar ini, kalian mulai berpikir kata apa yang cocok untuk kalimat-kalimat itu. Apakah was, were, wasn't, atau weren't. There are 10 sentences that you have to do. You can do it in your notebook or you can do it on the link in the Google Classroom. And you need not give it back to me. Kalian tidak perlu mengirimkannya ke Mem Wahyu. Kita akan mendiskusikannya saat kita bertemu secara online hari Selasa nanti. Okay, can you get it? Okay. Or hari Selasa atau mungkin next when we have an online meeting. Okay. Okay, this is the question that you have to answer. Okay. So now we are going to learn about the pattern. We have already know how to match the subject of the sentences with be predicate that is a match to the subject. Kita sudah belajar bagaimana memadukan antara subjek kalimat dengan be yang sesuai dengan subjek tersebut. Okay? Now, saat ini kita mau bicara tentang pola kalimatnya. Bagaimana sih bentuk kalimatnya? I know that you have already understand why we have some example at the previous slide, but in this slide we are at this time we are going to make some kinds of note or conclusion based on the example we have learned. Walaupun kita sudah tahu tadi dari contoh-contoh itu polanya bagaimana sih, tapi Pak, kita saat ini mau membuat semacam catatan atau konklusi, kesimpulan sedikit tentang pola kalimat-kalimatnya bagaimana sih? Bagaimana, what about affirmative or positive sentences? Bagaimana kalau kalimat positif? How about the negative sentences? And how about the interrogatives? Okay. Jadi kita saat ini kita mau bicara bagaimana sih pola kalimatnya, pola kalimat positif, kalimat negatif, kalimat tanya. Walaupun tadi kita sudah dari contoh-contoh itu kita sudah belajar at least positive sentences or affirmative. Walaupun tadi kita sudah lihat nih pola kalimatnya, paling tidak itu pola kalimat positif, pernyataan, sudah kita lihat tadi dari contoh-contohnya. Okay, let's go to talk about its pattern. Yuk kita belajar, kita mempelajari satu persatu pola ini. Okay, affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Okay, let's go. We go to the affirmative or positive sentences. Kalimat pernyataan atau kalimat positif. Okay, the subject plus predicate, of course. The predicate should be was on were. There is no non-verb predicate. Okay, was predicate as a predicate. At school yesterday as complement, pelengkap. Jadi subjek, predikat, dan pelengkap. Okay, predicate non-verb, non-verba. Predikatnya non-verba, bukan kata kerja. Belakangnya pasti keterangan, pelengkap, bukan keterangan. Tidak harus keterangannya, pelengkap, karena di belakangnya boleh kata sifat juga sih. Pelengkap di sini bisa keterangan, bisa juga kata sifat. The complement it can be adjective or adverb. Okay, In the sentences, the complement is adverb, adverb of place and adverb of time. Okay. Jadi dalam kalimat ini subjek initiate I, kemudian predikat was. At school yesterday adalah pelengkap. Pelengkapnya adalah keterangan tempat at school dan keterangan waktu yesterday. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the plural subject. The previous one is singular subject. We, you, and they. The predicate is were. We were at the beach last week. Subject, plural subject, we, you, and they, and then predicate were, and complement. Complement is the same like the singular subject, adverb of place and adverb of time. Pelengkapnya adalah keterangan waktu dan keterangan tempat. Okay. How about and then I hope that you can follow follow this explanation, and I think it is simple than that of the verb predicate. Untuk yang non verbal, Ibu yakin lebih mudah daripada jika predikatnya kata kerja. Next week, we are going to talk about predicate of the sentence is verb. Minggu depan kita akan bicara tentang kalimat simple past tense dengan predikatnya kata kerja. It is more difficult than this one. But I hope that you can follow it because at the fifth grade you have already learned it. Tapi Ibu ingin kalian lebih mudah semoga karena di kelas 5 sudah belajar tentang past tense. Okay. How about the negative one? As I told you before, that you have known also from the pattern that to make a negative of this negative form as a sentence from the positive sentence is only to add not to its auxiliary verb. Seperti yang telah kita pelajari tadi di slide tadi, bahwa untuk membuat bentuk negatif dari positif adalah tinggal menambahkan not pada auxiliary verb. In this case, was dan were is auxiliary verb. Dalam hal ini, was dan were bisa berfungsi sebagai auxiliary verb juga. Jadi hanya tinggal menambahkan kata not pada was dan were. So, can you do it for me to change the sentences into the negative one? Of course. Okay. Let's go to the next negative form. Okay. Check it out. Check your answer. Okay. I was not at school yesterday. It is from I was at school yesterday. He was at school yesterday. And then we have to change into negative, become I was not. We add not here at school yesterday. Dari I was at school yesterday, kalimat positif, kita tambahkan not pada was-nya. Jadi I was not. Not-nya ditambahkan di sini at school yesterday. Just add not. And then if you want to construct it or shorten was not, we have to make into wasn't. Was not, instead of say was not, we can say wasn't. Wasn't. And then what about the plural subject? It's the same as the singular subject, just add not to its auxiliary verb. We were not at the beach last week. We were not, just add not here. Only add not here. And then we have, if we want to construct it or shorten the words were not, it becomes weren't. We weren't at the beach last week. Okay. Okay, we come to the last form, last pattern of the sentences. It is interrogative. How we make interrogative sentences? From positive or from affirmative. Okay. just as other tenses we have learned, just put the auxiliary verb in front of the subject. Seperti saat kita mempelajari tenses lain, syarat sebuah kalimat tanya adalah auxiliary verb sebelum subjeknya. So, the auxiliary verb here is was and were. So, we just put was and were in front of the subject. Karena hari ini kita bicara kalimat nonverbal, jadi was dan were itu adalah auxiliary verb, bisa berfungsi sebagai auxiliary verb. Jadi kita hanya tinggal memindahkan was dan were di depan subjek. We just move was and were in front of the subject. Okay, for example, let's repeat it again. Okay. He was hungry. And then, if we want to change into the interrogative ones, we move was in front of the subject, and then don't forget to put question mark at the end of the sentences. Move was or were in front of the subject, and then put question mark at the end of the sentences. This is the response. Yes, he was. And this is the second one. If the response is negative, you have to remember, you have to construct it. You have to shorten was not into wasn't. Ingat kalau menjawab singkat kalimat ini, kalau responnya negatif, kita tidak boleh menuliskan terpisah was dan not-nya. Kita tidak mengatakan no, she was not. Kita harus membuat menjadi singkat memperpendek kata was not menjadi wasn't. Jadi, remember, ingat selalu, if you have to give negative response for the short answer, if you have to make a short answer and the response is negative, you have to construct it the auxiliary verb. Jadi kalian harus harus menyingkat, memperpendek, menyingkat auxiliary-nya. Auxiliary verb-nya harus disingkat. Tidak dipisah, tidak no she was not, tetapi no she wasn't. Okay, also were. We were at the beach last week. The interrogative form becomes move were in front of the subject and put question mark at the end of the sentences. As the same as the previous sentences, sama seperti kalimat sebelumnya, the negative response should be constructed. Yes, we were. No, we weren't. Okay, ingat ya. So, and is there a question? Another question. How about if we have a question word? Bagaimana jika kita menggunakan question word? It doesn't matter at all. Just put question word at the beginning of the sentences. Lalu ada pertanyaan nih. Bagaimana kalau kita menggunakan kata tanya? Tidak masalah. Tulis saja question word di paling depan. Jadi tuliskan kata tanya ini di paling depan. Pola tanya tetap auxiliary sebelum subjek. Contoh nih, for example, mengapa dia lapar? Nah, ada question word why di sini. Ada kata tanya why. Kalimat yang menjadi why tetap why was he hungry. Tidak berubah kan? It doesn't change the pattern, does it? Tidak mengubah polanya kan? Just put why in front of the sentences. Just put why at the beginning of the sentences. Hanya tinggal menuliskan kata why di depan, di paling depan. Kalau where was he hungry? When was he hungry? How was he hungry? That's it. Ya. Jadi tidak masalah, tuliskan saja di paling depan tanpa mengubah pola ini, pola kalimatannya bahwa ada auxiliary atau ada was word di depan subjeknya. Harus tidak ada why he was hungry, tidak. Tetap how was he hungry, ya. Jadi tetap was-nya tetap kalau kalimatannya tetap harus ada was atau were di depan subjek, ya. Tidak kalimat positif dikasih tanda tanya dan kata tanya, tidak. Jadi tetap why was he hungry? Where were we? Where were they last week? Ya, where were they last week? Oke. Nanti kita akan belajar itu dengan kalimat. And also, at the notes, I have written that at the notes. Memang sudah menuliskannya juga dalam catatan. You can find the notes at the Google Classroom, your own Google Classroom. There is some notes about the use of was and were, and there is a table to talk about this form. Di dalam Google Classroom kalian sudah ada catatannya tentang penggunaan was dan were, dan di situ juga ada tabel. Untuk kalimatannya ada dua tabel. Yang satu adalah yes no question. Pola yang kalimatannya yang jawabannya ada yes dan no. Dengan catatan no-nya harus was not-nya atau were not-nya harus disingkat. Kemudian satu lagi tabel untuk kalimatannya yang question word question. Kata tanya, kalimat tanya dengan menggunakan kata tanya, di situ sudah ada tabelnya. Just look and find at the Google Classroom, your own Google Classroom. Okay. This now the next one is your part. Tugas kalian, tugas kedua kalian. The previous one is 10 sentences about the use of was and were, and now there are five questions, and you have to write down in complete sentences. Try to do it in complete sentences. Just write your answer down on your notebook, and also you can also do it on the link in the Google Classroom, and you have to write in complete sentences. Jadi untuk 5 soal berikut ini, kalian harus jawab dalam kalimat lengkap. Kalian tuliskan jawaban di buku tulis kalian, atau bisa juga di link yang ada di Google Classroom sudah menyatu dengan 10 soal yang tadi. Jadi ada 15 soal di dalam Google Classroom. Di sana ada linknya, silahkan klik di situ, boleh dikerjakan di situ. Boleh juga di dalam notebook kalian menulis handwriting. And remember, you need not to submit it to me. Kamu tidak usah mengembalikannya ke saya. We are going to discuss it when we have a online meeting. Kita akan mendiskusikannya saat kita bertemu secara online. Okay? This is the question. The first one is just for example. Ini adalah contoh. Yang pertama ini contohnya. Jadi ini yang Mewayu minta kalian jawab lengkap. Jadi ada 2 baris kalau seperti ini. Jadi yang satu adalah jawab singkat, keduanya adalah statementnya. Jadi kalian belajar bagaimana membuat short answer, kemudian bagaimana membuat kalimat negatif dan kalimat positif. Jadi kalau nanti ada responnya negatif, kalimat yang baris ketiga itu adalah kalimat negatif form. Bentuknya negatif. Okay? This is the first question. You can find it in the Google Classroom. Okay. Were they at the library? Okay. There are 2 lines, ada 2 lines, ada 2 garis, itu berarti 2 jawaban. Atas jawaban singkat, bawahnya statement. Entah kalimat negatif, entah kalimat positif, based on your answer. Berdasarkan jawaban yang short tadi, ya. Soal kedua. Was he with his friend? Apakah dia dengan temannya? Okay. Next. The third. This is the question or question. Ini adalah contoh kalimat tanya dengan menggunakan kata tanya. Lihat di situ. Were-nya ada di sebelum subjek they. Tidak who they were with. Tapi who were they with? Ya, tetap ada were-nya tetap di sebelum subjeknya. Oke. Kalau kalimat ini nggak boleh cuma satu karena tidak membutuhkan yes no. Jawabannya membutuhkan statement. Ya. Kalimat soal keempat ya. Ya, keempat. Apakah kamu ada di toilet saat pelajaran matematika pagi ini? Oke, dua baris. Last one, soal kelima. Dua baris juga. Apakah Danika ada di taman? There's the 5 sentences that you have to do in your notebook on in the Google Classroom. So there are 15 numbers, 15 questions that you have to do before we meet online. Jadi ada 15 soal yang harus kalian kerjakan sebelum kita bertemu secara online nanti. Okay? Okay. This is what we learned today, and for the last time, let us make some conclusion what we have learned today. Yuk, ini terakhir yuk kita buat konklusi, buat kesimpulan apa sih yang sudah kita pelajari tadi. Okay. Yang pertama, the first one, we have learned vocabularies about the circuits. Happy Canvas 6, Unit 1, Lesson 1 and 2, page 8 and 9. Second one, we have listened. We have do listening and also reading comprehension. And if you repeat after the speaker, so you have learned to speak. Yang kedua, kita sudah belajar dengan mendengarkan dan juga dengan membaca, reading comprehension, dengan follow the text, dengan mengikuti teksnya, berarti kalian sudah membaca, and you have done reading comprehension by answering my question on about the text. Kalian juga sudah belajar tentang pemahaman bacaan dengan menjawab pertanyaan-pertanyaan saya seputar teks yang tadi. So we have then vocabulary, listening, reading, and speaking. Speaking, jika kamu tadi sesudah diucapkan, kamu mengucapkan lagi. Contohnya tadi ringmaster, big top, and then tadi trapeze artist. Itu berarti kalian juga belajar untuk speaking. Okay, next, the third one, we talk about how to use was on were, weren't, and wasn't, and the simple past tense. Underline. Ya, kita belajar penggunaan kata was, were, wasn't, and weren't dalam kalimat simple past tense. Garis bawah simple past tense-nya ya. Okay. And you can find the notes, more details in your notes. Kalian akan menemukan informasi lebih detail di catatan yang sudah ada di Google Classroom ya. Di sini kita membuat kesimpulan singkat saya bahwa was digunakan, was is used with singular subject, and were is used with a plural subject. Bahwa was digunakan kalau subjeknya tunggal, were digunakan kalau subjeknya jamak atau ganda, lebih dari satu. Yang disebut subjek tunggal adalah I, he, she, dan it. Yang disebut subjek ganda adalah they, we, dan you. But ingat, you bisa juga berarti satu, single, tapi karena you itu auxiliary-nya, to be-nya adalah are, jadi ikut yang makna ganda. Okay? You pasangannya adalah were, bukan was. That's all. Ini yang kita pelajari hari ini. Hope that you understand the explanation, and hope you enjoy this video, and I hope that this video helped you to understand the lesson, the topics more clearly. Okay, that's the time to say goodbye and thank you. See you when we have. See you next time. Bye.